Hey up everybody, Betty's back yet again. Right, so today it is another vegetarian dish, my second of three this week. It is a sweet potato coconut curry served with cauliflower rice. So I'll show you the ingredients and we'll get cracking with it. Okay, so right, we'll start with some olive oil. I'll tell you the amounts later as I'm cooking it. Some olive oil, salt and pepper. That's the cauliflower rice that we're serving, which is half a cauliflower, which I've just blitzed in the food processor. We have 2 small chilies that I've diced up. I've left the seeds in. You can take the seeds out if you don't like it quite as hot. There's a thumb-sized piece of ginger, 3 garlic cloves which I'm going to crush, some paprika and some cayenne pepper, some peanut butter, obviously some sweet potatoes. I think there was about 4 or 5 small potatoes there, which is more than enough. There's 1 red pepper which I've diced, about 125 grams of red cabbage, which has turned out to be about 1/3 of a small cabbage, not a lot. 2 largish onions diced, some patata, some coconut milk and some coriander to serve, just to sprinkle over the top at the end. So right, we'll get cracking with it. Right, so I'm going to be doing this in the slow cooker, pressure cooker, and with our cassoury. You can do both. The recipe calls for 6 hours or so in the slow cooker. I'm going to actually pressure cook it because we're a bit short on time today. We've had all sorts going on. So I've put some olive oil into my cassoury, put it on saute on high, and we're going to put in our onions first of all. So in with our onions. And all we're going to do is just stir these up for 4 or 5 minutes, you know the drill, until they've softened up a little bit basically. So I'll come back when we're at that stage. Right, so that's had about 3 minutes now. They're starting to soften up, so I'm going to go in with our red pepper. That's going to go in there now as well. Give that a nice stir. Leave that for another 2 or 3 minutes and we'll come back. Right, so that's had a couple of 2 or 3 minutes, and next to go in is our garlic. I could only get 2 in that bit. And our last one, get the last clove in. This garlic press is much easier to use than the last one we used to have. So much better. Right. I'm just gonna keep stirring that round. Oh, I can smell that garlic now. Whoa. For about another minute, and I'll come back. Next to go in is our teaspoon of paprika and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. That's going in there. Make sure that's all nicely mixed into there, and that will do for now. Right, next to go in is our red cabbage. And our chilies. Make sure I don't put my fingers on that, just in case. Right, so those are in. I'm just going to cook that cabbage out for about 4 or 5 minutes until it's softened up a little bit. Almost forgot the ginger. The ginger's going in there as well. Don't want to be forgetting that. Just make sure that's all incorporated in there as well. I think that should have gone in earlier, but there we go. We'll give that another 4 minutes and then I'll come back to you. Right, okay, so next to go in is our sweet potatoes. Simple as that. Now the original recipe called for to do all this like in a pan and then put it into the slow cooker or into the pressure cooker. But unfortunately I haven't got time for that. I had a bit of a hectic day. I forgot to upload my video for tonight, so I've had to do that whilst doing this. So right, that is that. That's your sweet potatoes in there. So I've had to do it in a bit of a rush, in a different style, always like as a one pot wonder. So next to go in is our passata, and this is 500 grams of passata into here. Oh, lovely. Try and squeeze every last little bit out of there. You don't want to waste any. And that's still on saute at the minute, so just going to squid this around a little bit. Right, so just going to put just a little bit of salt and pepper, just a little bit. Because then chilies are quite fiery. So right, next to go in for now, the last one to go in for now before we turn it until we pressure cook it, is our coconut milk. So that is going to be going in. Oh, it's got the thing at the top, so love coconut milk, me like. Lovely. Go. So again, I'll just give that a stir around, make sure that is all nicely incorporated, mixed up. Nope, lost a bit of pepper. Right, so like I said, obviously now you would put the lid on and you'd slow cook it for about 6 hours, but I haven't really got time to do that as such, otherwise we won't be having tea till about 9 o'clock tonight. So what I'm going to do is, I've turned it off the saute. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, put the lid on. I don't know if that's some pepper that's got my nose or what, but hey. Right, so I'm going to pressure cook this like I said, instead of slow cooking it. So when I find the pressure cook button, there it is. And I'm going to do it for 30 minutes. Let's have a look. On high pressure. Press play and away we go. So, right. We'll see you in a nanosecond. 30 minutes for us. Right, so that has had its 30 minutes. So I'm just going to click the vent button, and obviously we will wait for that to die down and then we'll open it up. Right, so that's it. It is now cooked. So unfortunately now I've got to go back to work. So I'm going to finish this off when I get back. I will be adding a tablespoon of the peanut butter into there, and I will do my cauliflower rice as well. So I'll see you guys in a nanosecond, a few hours for me. Right, so I'm back. Okay, so I've put a knob of butter into my pan and I'm going to do my cauliflower rice to go with this. So it's just straight in there. Get as much of it out as you can. So that's on a low heat at the minute, so I'm just going to turn it up to like a medium-ish sort of heat. I'm going to add some garam masala into the cauliflower rice just to give it a little bit of flavour, about a teaspoon. And I'll have a look and see what it's like. And if I think it needs some more, I'll add a little bit more. So that should give it a little bit of taste, because it is quite bland, to be fair. To be fair, I think that will do. 1 teaspoon. Just going to make sure it's all nicely incorporated. So I'm going to let that go for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, until it's cooked right through. Right, so it's had about 2 minutes now. So I'm just going to add just a little bit extra, some frozen peas into here. All seems to go well with the rice. A little bit more. So it won't be too long now. Just going to work them through, make sure they won't take long from the warm up. And have got some coriander just to top the dish, but I'm going to put a couple of little bits in there as well. I seem to have quite a bit there, even though I've only grabbed a handful. And then I had 1 single spring onion left in the fridge, so I've just chopped that up and I'm going to put that in just to finish it off once these have cooked through. So I'll come back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so that now is my cauliflower rice done. Turn it off, and I'm going to add my 1 little spring onion that was in there. Right, and I've got 1 more thing to do to this curry, so I'll come back in a second. Right, so the last thing to go in here is about a tablespoon of peanut butter. And make sure it's nicely combined into here. So I'm going to make sure it's all off the spoon, which is a feat in itself. And make sure it's all nicely mixed up. Smells absolutely delicious though. Right. So that is that. So everything is ready. I'll just serve up, plate up, and it's taste testing time. Right, so there we have it. That is my sweet potato and coconut curry served with cauliflower rice, pimped up cauliflower rice. So it's taste testing time. Right, got my weapon. So let's dig into this. Try some of this curry and see what it's all about. Try and get some of the sweet potato. That's just starting to break up now, but it has been keeping warm for a couple of hours, so. Sweet potato, like I said, well cooked. A little bit of spice coming through. That lovely freshness of the coriander. The tomatoes obviously have broken down. Sorry, the passata, not the tomatoes. Peppers are cooked down. And that's all veggie, no meat. Absolutely banging. I don't actually mind vegetarian dishes. They're really nice. Try some of these cauli rice. That's good. I'll try a bit of that by itself. A little bit of the garam masala coming through on that. That is lovely. So, if you fancy a meat-free dish, a meat-free curry, that is a really good one for you. Full of goodness, full of vitamins, minerals. You know it's going to do you good. And it's filling as well with the cauliflower rice. So thank you once again everybody for watching. It is much appreciated. Thank you for all your likes and your shares, your subscriptions, all your lovely comments, and all your lovely recipe ideas. Keep them all coming, like we said. It's very much appreciated. So I'm going to leave that for now and go settle down and eat the rest of that. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. So I'll see you later, guys. Bye for now.